We finally, in the UK, a new TRX4-M. These were announced earlier on in the year. Obviously, they landed in the US long before we got them in the UK. They've finally been released. A little 1/18 scale crawlers. And as much as I'm not really a fan of Traxxas, most of you will know that if you follow the channel, when I initially saw these, I was pretty hyped about it. I am a big fan of mini crawlers. And the main reasons for being a fan of them, they're just a lot more practical, and you do little indoor courses, you can get your kids involved. And over the last couple of years, mini crawlers have definitely been gaining a bit of traction, excuse the pun, and it's quite a big following now. Both are licensed bodies. This is the Ford Bronco in a nice blue colour. It also comes in white, and it might be red. I think in the US they did maybe a black one, or you might be able to get a black one as well. My daughter chose this colour for me, and it's because they didn't have any pink one. Comes ready to run, battery, charger, instructions, some tools and stuff. Basic TQ transmitter. Obviously I had to get both. This one's already out of the package because, well, my daughter thought I bought it for her. What a mistake that was. I did actually order, they come in like a, well, this grey or silver, but that's not arriving in the UK till after Christmas, so I swapped it for a red. The red looks a bit brighter in the pictures, I think, but either way, it still looks good. Obviously, same stuff in there. I'm not going to bother getting all that out. Actually, I am going to get that out because I think being in the UK, it would be wrong if we didn't have a look at that one properly. Comes with a little 750 milliamp hour LiPo. That's actually a decent size. 750 milliamp hours in something like that is going to give you loads of runtime. I've not really looked at the info and stuff, but that will give you a load of runtime. And it's got the world's biggest warning sticker on it. I don't want to start throwing all the negative stuff straight away. Traxxas being Traxxas, they have their own plug. And I have seen that the ESC, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Tony, CCXRC. He adapted one of these, so it's just a normal plug and it wouldn't work. It's not ideal. These batteries are £16 each. So a lot of money for a little battery. Anyway, I'm going to throw this one on charge. Let's have a little bit of a closer look. They do look really nice, really nicely detailed. Moulded grille, bumper, they're moulded arches as well, not just paint. Looks really good. So both have got different tyres. So they're the tyres for the Bronco, and then slightly different for the Defender. Again, all moulded parts and stuff, moulded bumper, grille, mirrors, roof bars. Got to show you, it's got a roof rack on it as well. Both have got spare wheel covers. There's no spare wheel in there, but I don't think there is anyway, no. This one's got some accessories on the back. Really nice. And what's funny is they don't put clear windows in their bigger scale stuff, but they put clear windows in this, but they've not put an interior in. Could probably buy one separately, I'm sure. You can also buy a light kit separately, which will cost you about 25 quid, but it does come with some little LEDs in there. Presentation, boxes, trucks from the outside look good. So let's have a closer look underneath. Clip this body, really easy to get off. Very nice design. Then underneath you've got a little micro servo up front, Titan 180, 87 turn, little 180 motor there. It is an axle mounted servo, battery tray in the middle there with a little rubber strap, and then an all-in-one ESC. You've got your light, you've got a open plug there for your lights, and then there's your special battery plug that you can't put anything else into. All plastic under here, plastic drive shaft, plastic links, plastic diffs. The gears I believe are also plastic, but you can get upgrades. I'm not sure what the diff gears are. I'm gonna have a look, let me have a look. So it looks like it's a composite material, which isn't all that bad because it can generally be quite tough. However, completely dry in there, not an ounce of grease. Really matter on plastic gears if you've got grease in there. I mean, got bushings rather than bearings, but you want to try and sort of keep some of the moisture out of there. Don't know, what do you reckon? Should there be grease in there? I think there should be a little bit. So it's meant to have oil shocks as well. Now, they are oil shocks. There's no, well, there is oil. There's probably, I reckon there's at least 2 drops of oil in there. Brilliant. Now, I am tempted to put some oil in, but I'm not going to do that on this review. Let's do it box stock, and then I've got another video planned, so we'll do all the little tweaks. But yeah, I mean, you can feel there's a bit of oil in there, but a few more drops would have been nice. Well, we've got the wheel off. There's the hub there. Looks like a standard, is that 7mm? Yeah, look, there you go. FMS tractor tyre fits on there nicely. That looks really good. Right, while the battery's charging, let's have a look at some size comparisons. So 1/18 scale. This is also 1/18 scale. This is from FMS. This is their licensed Toyota FJ Cruiser next to the Bronco. Now the Power Wagon is 1/24 scale. Everyone says that it's too big for 1/24, and I kind of agree. The wheelbase is a little bit shorter, but I think these like off-road Power Wagon things, this should have the tractor tyres on it. I think these are generally short anyway. So you can kind of see there's definitely, I don't think this is 1/18, but it's probably a bit bigger than 1/24. So there it is next to the Power Wagon. And then this is the FTX Outback Mini. Again, 1/18 scale, and this is pretty much bang on for size. Wheelbase the same, and it looks at home between them two. Pretty much exactly half the price of these as well. So before we throw a battery in this, just one last thing. Got brass bushings rather than bearings, which is the cheaper option. You could argue something this small and it's going to be crawling relatively slow. It's not going to be a massive deal breaker. That's got bushings in it, and like I've said, it's half the price of them. The FMS have bearings, Power Wagon's got bearings. So I think it probably would have been nicer if these had them, but like I said, it's not a deal breaker. And that's enough of that. Let's throw the battery in the Defender and see how it drives. So powered on. Steering feels pretty good. It's got a nice steering angle on there. That's a good steering angle for a little one. So the only problem with these basic transmitters is you could, I mean, I think you can set your endpoints. I'm sure there's a little hack to set your endpoints, but on full, it's just a bit rough on full. Either way though, that is a nice steering angle. Pretty good modulation, although the throttle, it needs a bit of throttle. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not the best actually. It needs a little blip to get over, so you can get different gears for lower range, and you can get faster ones, but considering that's just my fat hand, not bad. Right, come on then TRX4, let's see what you got. The sun's going down, we haven't got long. Yeah, that modulation isn't the best in class, that's for sure. It's a little bit notchy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, you want to go that way? Nope. Difficult surface this to get up. Let's go again, a bit of wheel speed this time. There we go. I'm pretty sure we got a drag brake in here. Let's give it a go. There we go, yeah. Well, when I say drag brake, it kind of holds there. Whether that's the motor, I don't know, but not bad control. See that suspension bouncing around a bit. Definitely need some oil in them shocks if they want to reduce that bounce a bit. Still looks good going along though. I hate to admit it, but it's a good little crawler. It is a good little crawler. Obviously this isn't the toughest of terrains, but still. The modulation's not great. It's still got a nice bit of control low down. It's got a nice bit of flex on it. A few things struggle with this. Straight up, easy. It looks good. And being Traxxas, and I know it's going to cost you extra money, there'll be loads of upgrades and options for this. People call them the Apple of the RC industry, and it's kind of true. They make stuff so you can't use like aftermarket things with their products. Lots of stuff's add-ons and extras, but at the end of the day, if they've got a good product, which I think this is going to be, then yeah, well, it might be worth it. So either spend hundreds of dollars on one of these or spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on the bigger stuff. It's an expensive hobby once you get into it. Am I trying to justify this thing? Well, not really. I'm just trying to be honest, and honestly, I really like it, even though it's a Traxxas. And I'm well known as a Traxxas hater, but it's nice, and I think this Defender is the better looking, but maybe I'm biased because I'm from the UK. Who knows? So there you go, there's your haters review of the new TRX4-M from Traxxas. And I'm not going to beat around the bush, like I've already said. I like them. I like the look of them. They drive okay. I like the design of them. Sagging a bit on the rear now. Don't know whether you can see like that, look. Suspension's just sagging a bit. It does come with some shock preloaders in there, so you'll be able to sort that. But like I've shown you, it needs some oil in them shocks because they're lacking a little bit of oil. What I don't like it comes with brass bushings. I prefer it with bearings. I know it's not going to make a massive difference, but without looking, I bet they sell a bearing upgrade kit for it. Low down modulation's not great, but again, they sell a low range gear as an option. They also sell a higher range as well for a bit more speed. Oh, I don't like that they make the battery proprietary, you know what I mean. They make it so you have to use their batteries, and their batteries aren't the cheapest. And again, cost-wise, in America, I think they're $149.99 or $150. And obviously depending on what state you're in, tax and stuff, but in the UK, they're $179.99, so £180, which is $200. So I'd like to see them a little bit cheaper. I think £150, £160 would be a better price. But at the end of the day, Everything's expensive, and Traxxas generally are pretty good at keeping a product going, so it's going to be interesting to see what else they come out with. It's also interesting to see what aftermarket upgrades are going to come for this. Better wheels, some brass, maybe some metal links and stuff, and these things I think are going to be pretty good.